Namaste, Jay Bharat. This should be a breaking news. Finally, America did what they said. They have attacked the power grids of Iran, which made Iran into complete darkness. They also are very systematically carrying out their operations. The tunnels were sealed, and then reportedly seawater is getting pumped into tunnels. The tunnels, of course, runs into kilometers and kilometers. I don't know how long the seawater will take to flood the tunnels in the real effectivity, to real effectivity. So that's going on. Then they've selected the people to be killed, and they are systematically getting neutralized, nullified, and these people started running away. They were all living in big palatial buildings, and then now they've left the palatial buildings, and some started taking refuge in mosques, some taking in schools, some rushing to universities, and some hospitals, etc. They were hiding. They went hiding in that place. But then, unfortunately, the IDF has got clear coordinates of these places, and when someone tries to hide in a masjid, masjid is hit. When someone tries to hide in a university, university is hit. When someone tries to hide in a hospital, the hospital is hit. So wherever they run, wherever they try to hide, the hideouts are hit, because these people already have coordinates and precise positions of where these people are likely to go. And this one person, one of the senior members of Iranian regime, was running from his house, and the moment he reached the entrance of his house, that he was going out, he was hit by a drone. Now, these are the kind of things happen in Iran. Now, what we do not know is the common people in Iran, how they react. There was a time when they were reacting against regime. Is that really the case? Now also we don't know. And the Iran regime is telling everything is fine, but they are completely blacked out. They have no power, and no power means the rest you can imagine. We all are living in modern times, and without electricity, how things will be, one can imagine. And one can imagine the miseries of common people. I don't know. You can really not imagine the miseries which the people must be facing in Iran, because to imagine itself, we need some kind of experience. At least we have only novels and stories about such situations. We have not experienced any of these things. God forbid, and we do not know what's happening there. There was a time we saw some girls, women, men protesting against the radical regime of Iran. Now those things are not to be heard. Are they anywhere there, or are they still organized? They were always, they were never organized even in the past also. They were not organized because no leader could emerge, because the moment if a leader emerges, he'll be just wiped out, killed or wiped out in whichever sense. So there was a possibility of a leader emerging. Maybe that's because of that, or maybe there is still possibility that there will be people in Iran who want a regime change. We do not know. America is desperately hoping for such a regime change. America is desperately hoping for someone from within Iran to come forward for such regime change or things like that. But we have no idea. We have no idea. Anyway, the power grids are hit. Now the plan, which again, these are all news that I get, speculations I get, no authenticity, no confirmation. They say the program and the planning of US is that they will take over the airport of Iran, or possible airports in many places. They will take over. Once they take over these airports, then they can sit within Iran and operate. They'll bring their aircraft from whichever bases nearby. Why should they fly all the way from Saudi Arabia to Iran to bomb? If they get some bases within Iran. So that's one other objective. they are going to take over this airport, starting from Iran, starting from Iran in the sense, starting from Tehran, and nearby I do not know how many facilities are there, both military and civil. We don't know, and America knows it very well, of course, much better than even they themselves. So if they take over these airfields, then and if they start using it, start operating from there, then it's easy for them to continue their bombing business. Situation is miserable. The IRG, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, whatever number they have, are hiding, and these people are trying to flood those tunnels. Might take time, because these tunnels are kilometers and kilometers long. It's a kind of underground network, like the malls normally do. They must have got inspired from the malls or other living beings who live in burrows. So they must be doing. In the meantime, the Houthis were initiated into action. They were kept in abeyance or standby. They must have been standing by. They are in action, and some of the supporters, the pro-Iranian supporters from Iraq, are marching in, reaching. These are the stories. Iran is popular, very popular and very famous and very unscrupulous about their proxy outfits as a terrorist group or as this group or that group, whatever. It's ultimately the groups working in the interest of Iran. Iranian regime, and I say Iran, it's the Iranian radical regime. So they are all operating together, it seems. Can this be a situation where do or die with the people, and to do something of a duo, to enter into a situation of do or die, the people should need some conviction. And I cannot see any conviction other than a religious conviction, that that radical Islamist religious conviction. Those people, of course, would go for do or die business, but then it cannot be the case that everyone will have such religious radical conviction who will die for whatever offerings they are getting. I don't think it's quite possible. There must be sensible people. There must be a lot of other people. Five fingers are five different ones. There must be people. But then the difficulties with them is they're starving, they're in misery, they're clueless of what's happening, and they're leaderless. The moment they get a leader to organize them, I do not know how disciplined this society is as it is now. There should be some movement. There is no movement because they can't have a leader, as a leader who tries to lead gets killed at once. This is the situation in Iran. Right now it's happening. Right now it is happening, and unfortunate without any kinds of standards, unfortunate. They should have relinquished the regime and let the people choose their leaders into democracy. This is what I feel. No one is against anyone's religion, but radicalism everyone ought to be against. So let the people decide what they need. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.